In the mist-wrapped highlands of ancient Sunglai, there stood a kingdom as silent as it was cruel. Its sky was always white, its cherry blossoms always falling, and its people always watching to make sure no one stepped out of line. Among them lived Junlei, firstborn of Chancellor Wu, whose word alone could bend the emperor's ear. He was raised in silk and shadow, groomed to be the next pillar of the empire. But Junlei's heart beat to a different rhythm, one not taught in scrolls or swordplay. Everything changed the day the slave ship docked at Moonwater ports. They came from the lands across the salt gold sea, captives from a place the Sunglai scholars called Niemaba. To the court, they were property. To the merchants, they were exotic. However, to Junlei, she represented a distinct entity. Ayana. She stood out among the chain like a flicker of lightning in still skies. Her skin shimmered like deep onyx under the sun. Her hair was coiled like rivers rushing downhill. She didn't speak the language, but her silence sang 1,000 truths. She did not bow, she did not cry. She endured. And that, more than anything, caught Junlei's heart like a blade. Every night, Junlei disguised himself in a rice farmer's cloak and snuck into the slave quarter near the edge of the capital. Past dogs, past guards, past fear, he brought her fruit. He brought her words. She brought him understanding. Ayana listened more than she spoke, her eyes always searching not for escape, but for something deeper, purpose. Junlei would tell her stories of dragons and ancestral kings. She would hum melodies he couldn't name, ancient tunes that made the wind itself weep. They never kissed. Not at first. It was not lust. It was not needed. It was truth discovering itself. Love like theirs was poison in the eyes of the empire. Junlei's secret was discovered when a servant saw him leave Ayana's cell with dirt on his knees and fire in his eyes. His father disowned him in front of the court, called him a disgrace, an animal corrupted by foreign filth. The emperor ordered Ayana to be whipped and sent to the mountain dungeons, where spirits were said to whisper madness into the ears of the forsaken. Junlei was given a choice: abandon her and inherit everything, or follow her and become nothing. He chose her. He always would. Together they fled through rain-soaked bamboo forests, across snake-filled marshes, hiding beneath lotus leaves and in temple ruins forgotten by time. They were hunted by soldiers who feared shame more than blood. They were caught once beaten, until bone cracked and breath came in gasps. Ayana's lips were torn, but her silence never broke. Junlei coughed blood, yet whispered, "As long as I see you, I have not lost." They had no food, no shelter, no allies, only love and a determination that bent the stars. They survived on scraps and prayer. And then came the dream. One night, while Ayana lay on cold stone, her back bleeding, her breath shallow, a light descended upon her in sleep. Not fire, not sun, but something older. A being cloaked in starlight and smoke, neither man nor woman, speaking with thunder and lullaby. "Daughter of stolen earth, your spirit has not broken. For that, I grant you Shani's flame. With a thought, you can reduce Sunglai to ash. With a word, you can make tyrants beg. But be warned, true power is not what destroys. It is what chooses not to." She woke to find her palms glowing faintly. The wind obeyed her breath. Flames danced when she blinked. Junlei touched her hands and said, "You are no longer a prisoner." But Ayana replied, "I never was." They did not run. They walked back to the palace, unarmed, uninvited, and unstoppable. At the gates of the imperial court, the soldiers raised their spears. Ayana raised her hand. The sky darkened. Flames circled her feet. The earth cracked. The emperor, trembling, appeared before her. She stepped forward not in rage, but in revelation. "I could end this kingdom with a blink. I could turn your throne to dust, and your name to legend. But I will not. Because power is not fire, it is forgiveness. And love is not weakness, it is rebellion." She knelt not in submission, but in triumph. The emperor fell to his knees, a man who ruled millions, broken by a woman who chose not to burn him. He offered her gold, temples, and a title. She refused them all. Instead, Ayana and Junlei were granted land beyond the mountains, where neither emperor nor chancellor could reach. They built a home, then a village, then a sanctuary, a place where outcasts became family, where the chained were freed, where forbidden love was sacred. Ayana never used the flame again. It rested in her palms for the rest of her life, soft and quiet like her. When she died, the skies wept fireflies. When Junlei followed her in the next moon, the winds sang songs from Niamaba. And somewhere, in a hidden valley forgotten by maps, a fire still burns, but it does not destroy. It protects. Love that is true does not ask for permission. Power that is wise does not need violence. And those who choose peace over vengeance are the ones who truly change the world. And so, in the fire and the silence, in the love that defied law and the power that chose mercy over wrath, the tale of Ayana and Junlei was etched into the spirit of the world. It lives not in books, but in the wind, the earth, and the hearts of those who still believe in impossible love. This was a tale from folktales of many tribes, where ancient love lives on, where forgotten voices rise, and where every story reminds us, no matter how far apart our lands, hearts will always find their way home.